Hello, everyone. Dr. Turpeau here, Black America's Love Doctor, just sharing perspective on love and life. And today we're going to answer a question. But before we do, I just want to remind everyone, if you like these videos, please click like or subscribe to this YouTube channel. And even better than that, share some of the videos with other people you think might benefit from our conversation today. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into the question that we have today. And this person says, that's not a person. Okay, yes, here she is. She says, Dear Dr. Turpeau, I am a divorced woman in my mid-30s. I have been dating on and off on the internet for a year. Since my previous relationships got physical early on and did not work, I decided to look for character first. However, I'm getting the impression the men are looking for physical attraction first. You think? My question is, how important is physical attraction on a first date? And do the majority of people expect to kiss if there is an attraction? All righty. All right. So thank you, viewers. So let's talk. Let's talk, shall we? So we're talking about sexual chemistry on the first date and how to manage that and how to deal with that. So let's just jump right in to answer your question. Men definitely are attracted to women. Physical attraction is important. That is what they are looking for, physical attraction, usually on the first date. As a matter of fact, it is extremely important for men that physical attraction be there. And again, we're talking in generalities, general tendencies. So if we know that this is a reality and we know that this is important to men, then it's your job, if you're trying to attract and find the right guy, is for you to address accordingly. Now, what do I mean by that? If you know that men are physical attraction is good to them, then you want to be physically attractive to them and fix yourself up. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, you don't want to be sleazy. So not sleazy, but you don't want to be school marmy either, like an old, school marm librarian type, all buttoned up to the hilt and all covered up. So you want to find a nice balance. Your goal is to have them interested in you, but not too interested, because if they're too interested, all they're going to be thinking about is how they can get you in bed, because they can't stop looking at how good you look. So, but you don't want to downplay your attractiveness either, because that is important. Because if you downplay it too much, you'll find yourself, losing on a possible good relationship with someone. So, expecting men to not be to have physical attraction as important to them, and expect them that not be an important thing to a man, is very unrealistic. I'm just shooting straight with you, okay? Men tend to be very visual, and and that's pretty much most men. And I don't care; it could be a nice guy, bad guy, good guys, high quality guys. They tend to be very visual, and for you to think that that's not that important to them is very naive and unrealistic. So no man is exempt really from that importance that they tend to place on that. So rather than complain about this nature that men tend to have, I think it would behoove you to actually accept this reality. Once we discover, I have what I call Dr. T's 3-step process for effective living. Once we have to discover reality, then we have to accept reality, and then we have to manage reality toward our benefit. So once you discover the reality that visual and physical attraction tends to be very important to men, so the next step is to accept that. When I say accept it, you accept it. You're not mad at it. Because if you're mad at that and you complain about it and you fight against it, you're going to find yourself just, on a soapbox by yourself, alone the rest of your life. So after you accept that, it is only then that you'll be able to manage this reality towards your benefit. So manage that reality towards your benefit, and what you'll end up having is a pool of men that you can select the best one for you. So don't complain and resist this reality, this nature of men. Actually embrace it, accept it, and manage it toward your benefit. Um, the way you do that, you need to pique his interest, as we said. And once you piqued his interest, it's your job to keep the sexual progression of the relationship, to keep that slow. Okay. Now, how do you keep that slow? So if a man is interested in you sexually, his testosterone and all this stuff is going to make him want to come and get with you sexually. But it's your job to do this and just kind of pace that relationship, the sexual relationship, pace it real slow until you feel is appropriate, until you feel it's comfortable to have that type of relationship with him. So you got to slow him down. And the goal is you're trying to make him prove that he's worthy to commit to you and invest in you to do what's necessary. You're making him prove your worth, that he values enough to wait until you are ready and values enough to invest his time and energy and money into you. So that would be my recommendation of how you manage that sexual chemistry. And the longer you wait, usually people err on the side of having sex too quickly in our culture. But the longer you make him wait, then he'll get to know you as a whole person rather than just a sexual object. He may be initially attracted to you as a sexual object, even if he says he's not. Let's just keep it real. But if you understand this reality, you're not going to be mad at that. It's up to you to pace it. So the longer you make him wait, then he'll get to know you as a whole person, not just a sexual person. And I think he'll treat you better. It's much harder to treat or disrespect and leave a person who's a whole person, a friend, versus somebody who's just a sexual object. So at the end of your first date, you were asking, if you're not interested in him after the date, you didn't feel comfortable, then you don't have to kiss him out of obligation. Okay, that'll just give him false hope and motivation to keep on working and try to get you. So you don't have to do that. Now, if you are interested in him, then you can go ahead and let him kiss you on the cheek or whatever. A kiss on the cheek is appropriate, but even then, you don't have to do that. So it's up to you. Keep it slow. So just keep it slow. The sexual energy, the sexual magnetism, that it will do its part to move things along, progressing towards having a sexual relationship. But your job at first, early on, is to keep it slow and to pace that thing. All right, so I hope that helps. Harmonious wishes.